Okay, guys, I'm glad you came by because I wanted to show, actually answer some comments that were about finishing on my race cars. When I showed my 124 scale cars, they've got a dramatic clear coat. Well, that clear coat is actually future floor wax. I'll show it to you right here. This is future floor wax that was brought up by Johnson, SC Johnson.
Yeah.
And they changed it to the Pledge logo. So in some countries it's still future floor wax, in others it's Pledge.
Okay.
And although mine has yellowed a little bit, this guy right here has done many cars for about 18 years. I am not unhappy with that yellow tint. This is it on this car, and what it does, it adds realism. You know, instead of in-your-face white, it gives me that soft tan look.
It looks more real. It looks like a car that's been driving.
It looks old school, like it's from the 60s.
Yeah, like it's been in the sun.
10 years old. But
yeah, it looks like it's been in the sun.
So I don't mind. I don't mind that it has this yellow tint. What I want to do today is show you that, and when a car does get dusty and dirty, what I do to spruce it up. To do that is a second product. It's made by Turtle Wax, and it's designed for cars. It's called Turtle Wax Ice. Now this product now has some ceramic features, and I'm pretty sure that it works the same. It's my Turtle Wax, and it's a spray detailer. It's not a solid wax. It's a spray detailer.
Spray detailer.
And what I'll do on cars is this. I'll go ahead and do that on this car. I'm doing it on 1/32 scale car. This guy right here needs some sprucing up, so I'll give it a little spritz of it, just the slightest little bit. I'll take a brush dedicated to this, and I'll brush it all through the car like so, and that picks up any dust and any crap. The brush is delicate enough not to take out the windshield wipers and mirrors. You can even get it on the tires. It's not it's not a bad thing.
So it doesn't do anything to the tires?
It doesn't, unless you probably did that. But.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let that set for just a minute. In the meantime, I'll put this back together and out of the way. And when that dries, after about, I'd say 5 minutes, we can buff it off and you'll see the finish. So we're going to set that aside with the understanding that we're going to get back to him in just a second. And I want to show you how I go about using the what I call future floor finish, Pledge Floor Care. You don't want to shake it. You do not want to shake this. I'm going to turn around so you can look at it. You do not want to shake it and put bubbles in it. Now I can tell that my wife has been using this because she left some of the acrylic on there, and that's not a good thing because you'll get that acrylic dust that'll get into your work. So I'm going to make sure that it's clean and we don't get any of that. I'm going to take a brush. I'm going to hold the car like this by its wheels, and you can see I've got tape on the front. That's my own custom work. Actually, this was a 007 car. Maybe you guys remember that.
Oh, yeah.
It was a model made by Scalextric that had 007 in there. I decapitated him and put a race car driver head on Sean. And I put the decals on it to make it look like a early 60s race car. What I'm going to do now is go in and lightly get the tip wet, as you can see. And I'm going to start making sure there's no dust on it. I'm going to start at the back like this, and I move around the bottom edges first, all the bottom edges. Now what I do is I'll be watching TV, and when it comes to a commercial, I'll stop and I'll give it another coat. No different than the acrylics we spray. It's a good idea to wait about 15-20 minutes and give the car another coat. You do not want to go back 24 hours later. Note that I go right over the windows and I've still haven't dipped my brush back in again. I'm carrying the same thing. Now, it may be a bit heavy down here, so I'm going to go back and try to pick some more back up with my brush. I just know that from experience. And then I finish the top, and I want my fog lights to remain flat black and the grill to remain flat black. So you see how far that one dip took me. I'm going to do the roof. I'm going to take a good look, make sure that I don't get any bubbles. And did you notice that I move in one direction only, right over the windows? I don't go back and forth because it'll suds up. And if it suds up, you're going to get little specks. So we'll set that aside.
What's suds up? Explain that to me.
Well, it'll if I shake this, it'll get little bubbles.
Bubbles. So sud up's making these little bubbles.
Correct.
Yeah.
And if I stroke across like this real hard, like when you normally paint to hurry up and finish it, you'll get that, and it's not a good thing to have. So we're going to set that down for about 5 minutes. I'm going to put a little bit more on my brush so that it'll stay wet and not start to go bad on me. I'm going to set that aside. This dries fast enough. It's not something that you got to worry too much about. Oh, this is my polishing rag. I need a different rag to clean my fingers because I got some on my fingers. Okay. I'm going to go back to this guy that I put the ice on, and I'm just going to lightly, maybe you can look at it closely, Gus, you can see just a slight little fog. And if I rub over it, the fog goes away and it polishes up like a newly waxed car. These stripes were painted on with a brush, so they're a little bit lumpy. This is what I use to spruce up a car that has seen better days, and it brings it right back to life. It makes it look new again.
You can tell the difference. At least we can here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it caught it on camera, but
Yeah. So that's the turtle wax ice. And at this stage of the game,
you can tell.
the acrylic Future Floor Wax has set, and we are able to give it another coat. I've given cars like these up to 7 or 8 coats. If you want, you can let it dry for 24 hours on a bigger car like this and wet sand it with 1000. And when that dries another 24 hours, you can give it more coats. And that will really bring up the shine. But for 1/32 scale cars, that's not really that necessary because they're so small compared to the bigger cars that you can get away without having to sand between coats. So if you guys got any questions about this, let me know what in your country they call this Pledge floor care product. It's nothing more than acrylic clear. And something I want to tell you is that whenever you use acrylic paints, never ever wash it with hot water. Wash your brush with hot water because it'll set immediately and you won't get it out of the brush. Use cold water. Acrylic paints want to set with heat. And that's that. My 007 car is ready for action again.
I want a real size version of that car.
Oh, so do I. Okay, everybody. I hope that was informative, and I guess I'll see you in the next video.
Yep. Thank you, guys.